What is up, geeks of YouTube? I am Damien.
I'm Tracy.
And in today's video, we are coming at you with quite a few Switch releases coming out in May that we think you should take a look at. First up, we have Saints Row the Third, and this is something a little different for Nintendo. Saints Row is definitely an M for mature game,
yes,
which is something that we're seeing on the Switch quite often. Games like Castlevania, Doom, these very kind of Mortal Kombat. That's another big one, and Saints Row the Third kind of keeps in that tradition. There is some nudity, there is some drugs, there is a little bit of swearing, so it is definitely a M for mature game. Now, Saints Row the Third releases on May 10th. Now, this is what they're calling the complete package, but there's something a little bit interesting there. It does feature character customization. You can play solo, or for the first time, you can play online. Two players can play side by side via that online or with local multiplayer, which is kind of cool. Like couch co-op that we really like. We love couch co-op because obviously we live together, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if we'll be couch co-oping this particular game.
Probably not.
But, now, it includes all 3 mission packs and more than 30 DLC items, but there was an interesting bit of news that was released just recently prior to launch. The 2 DLC packs that came out for the Steam version, the Bloodsucker pack and the Unlockable pack, have been omitted because of some game balance and some feedback that the players were giving. So that was really interesting, is that they're calling it a complete pack, but they actually omitted some content that was already previously released. So that's super interesting. So that's Saints Row the Third. You can pick it up for $39.99, which is kind of for these re-release games. That's kind of like a target price, it seems like, for most games. Yeah, which I don't mind. $40 for a nice AAA title like that. But I'm curious to see what people think in the comments about them omitting that DLC there. That's very interesting.
Next up on our list is Castlevania, the Anniversary Collection. So this one includes 8 full games previously released. So you get Castlevania, which was first released in 1987. Then you get Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania 2 again for some reason, Belmont's Revenge.
Well, I think that's the Game Boy version.
That is the Game Boy version, yeah. But for them to name it 2 when there was already a 2.
There was already 2, and there was no 1 on the Game Boy? Okay, interesting.
And then Bloodlines. And then for the first time in the West is Kid Dracula. Yeah.
Now, I'm not... Are you a big Castlevania fan?
I have never played Castlevania or seen anything.
I played a few. I played the Super Nintendo one, but I don't think I played the Nintendo ones as much as maybe some other folks did.
Yeah.
I know they've been very popular, and the especially the Game Boy Advance ones, like Symphony of the Night and stuff like that. I wish they would re-release those. But
doing some research on it actually sounds pretty cute. It's described as an action-adventure gothic horror video game series created and developed by Konami. So it is set in the castle of Count Dracula, the main antagonist of the Belmont clan. So they are a family of vampire hunters who wield whips and other magical items, and their war against the immortal vampire Dracula throughout the generations. So I was like, oh, that kind of sounds interesting.
The storyline I always thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never got into the games. I did play Symphony of the Night, and then I think there was one called Aria of Sorrow that somebody let me borrow one time, and I played a little bit of it. I want to say the main antagonist was Alucard. I know people are going to light me up in the comments.
No, that name definitely came up in my research.
So I want to say it was Aria of Sorrow was the one that I played, but I didn't play too much of it.
Yeah.
That I think they call it like the Metroidvania style, where it's these side scrollers and you collect power ups as you go through the game. I love that style of game, but I always trended towards the Metroid games rather than Castlevania. So maybe they'll pick this up. I mean, 8 games for $20, even though they're older games. Yeah, doesn't sound too bad.
And then this also includes an ebook full of artwork from all 8 of the games.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's solid.
Little added bonus.
Yeah, for $20, that's not bad. That's something that you'd want to have in the collection for $20. Yeah, even if you don't necessarily spend a ton of time on the games.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that one releases when?
That one is going to release May 16th, and it's going to be for $20.
Oh, nice.
For everything.
So next up, we have Resident Evil, and 3 Resident Evil titles are being re-released for the Nintendo Switch on May 21st. Resident Evil HD Remaster, which is a HD remaster of the original Resident Evil that is now being kind of updated and refreshed for Switch. Resident Evil 0, and then Resident Evil 4. So I want to say those are like some of the most popular titles in the series. Pre-orders are happening now. Each one of those releases on May 21st. As far as we could tell in our research, there's no real word on any additions or changes to any of these versions. It looks like they are just straight re-releases, other than the fact that they are $10 more than on like Steam or some of the other platforms. The HD and 4 are not receiving physical releases, only digital codes, which I kind of go back and forth on. I love physical copies of games.
Yeah.
I really do, especially with stuff like in one of our previous videos, we talked about Final Fantasy 12 being re-released on Switch, the Zodiac Age, and it comes with a reversible box art. You don't get that kind of stuff with digital, you know? So I kind of trend towards wanting those physical releases, so that might be a skip for me just based on that.
Although we do lose our physical copy sometimes.
Only when it's Bravely Default, and only every time we buy it for some reason. Well, I have no idea where that game is.
Both of the versions of the game.
Yeah, we'll have
idea.
to tell the audience that story at some point, maybe in another video, of how we just cannot seem to hold on to copies of Bravely Default. Bravely Second I've had forever.
Yeah,
but Bravely
we have
Default
that.
we can't seem to find. And then last but not least on the Resident Evil Origins Collection includes both games for $60, but only 0 will be on the game card. So again, we go back to this physical copy of one and then digital copy of the other, which we've expressed in other videos not the hugest fans of, especially when it comes to sharing your games back and forth. So Resident Evil is being released May 21st. Again, just a recap there, and yeah, it's kind of a big release, so that's why we wanted to cover it kind of all at once there.
Next up on our list is Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. So this is coming out on May 21st. It is the first time it is going to be on the Switch due to players' feedback. So they really wanted Assassin's Creed on the Switch, which is actually really cool that they're listening to players' feedback.
Yeah. I know Ubisoft, so one of our YouTuber friends, Jasamian, he was actually telling me that Ubisoft is very favorable to the fan reactions. So, we'll leave a link to his channel down below. He streams The Division 2. So he was kind of telling me as part of his channel that Ubisoft really does listen to their fans. They listen to their content creators and their streamers actually quite a bit as well when they search for feedback. So good on you, Ubisoft, for that one. And, hopefully by releasing Assassin's Creed 3, if people support it, we'll see more of these ports on the Switch in the future.
That's really awesome. So gameplay mechanics have been improved with several features being revamped. So specifically for the Switch, it's been optimized to have the HD rumble.
Oh, nice.
You do get optimized HUD.
Oh, okay.
Touchscreen interface, which I always like that. Especially for like a little side note, the Final Fantasy X, I didn't realize it has a little touchscreen in there where you can swipe it and then you can get your healing directly from there.
Oh, that's
so you don't have to go into your menu anymore.
More games should use the touch interface.
Yeah,
they don't really advertise it enough.
Exactly.
I think we mentioned this in another video. I think if the Switch had come with a stylus, more games would use it and more people would think to try it.
Yeah.
Because the 3DS just having that stylus, I think, kind of made for that.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that Assassin's Creed 3, which is kind of a AAA title on consoles, they're adding these new features like the HD rumble and the touch interface.
Yeah. And last thing is motion control aiming.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Really?
I think I'm a little terrorized from when the PlayStation 4 started doing this.
No, wait, oh, yeah, that's right. With, like, what was that game, Lair? Or what was that game, Dragon? Oh, that thing was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, my God.
So I think I'm a little emotionally scarred by this.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared.
Now, I will say, on the PS4, it does seem like it's more precise.
Yeah.
Especially when you're, like, inputting on the keyboard and stuff. Using the motion control to hit the keyboard is so much smoother than it was on the PS3. So that's cool. Okay.
So we'll see how it is, but so far I'm a little scared of that one. But it's cool that they did add that in there.
Yeah. So also on, I think now as a DLC, but I didn't really say, but I'm guessing that it's going to be downloadable content, Assassin's Creed Liberation Remaster, which tells the unforgettable journey that takes Aveline, your main character, from the crowded streets of New Orleans to voodoo-haunted swamps and ancient Mayan ruins. Assassin's Creed games seem to do this a lot, where it's like you start out in the main streets of New York and end up on Mars. It's like, wait, what? How did you even get there?
Right.
So, and this is another thing I like too. I think you were just about to say this, but I love that it's $40 and it comes with 2 full games.
Yeah.
Even though one is a download, but
Yeah.
like Bayonetta, like 10-10-2,
Yeah.
I like that they'll throw in a little something. I feel like I'm not really spending $40 on Assassin's Creed 3. I feel like I'm spending $40 on 2 games.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the sting out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, we're having to read a lot of these descriptions because Assassin's Creed 3 was a game that I just had no time for when it came out. So I love that they're re-releasing these AAA titles on the Switch, because it does now give me the time to go back and give them the attention that I wish I had time to give them before.
Yeah.
Do you kind of feel that way too?
I was telling you before, I've always wanted to play the Assassin's Creed games, and I've never had the chance to do that. And I always feel bad for going back to older stuff. Well, I don't know if feel bad's the right explanation for it, but I'm like, do I have time to go back and play these? And it's harder to go back to older systems and play. Yeah. So
I feel that the port, and I think we've mentioned this in other videos. The portability of the Switch. Yeah. Because when I'm at home, I feel like I should be spending time on my PC, right, with Final Fantasy 14, with our console games, or jumping on the PS4 to get caught up on Spider-Man and those sorts of games. Yeah. But we gotta finish that. With the portability of the Switch, I feel like I can invest some time in these older or more retro games on a lunch break, on a break at work, while we're driving somewhere. It does give you that flexibility, and I love that companies like Ubisoft are taking the time and effort to really give these games the kind of re-releases that they deserve. Was that everything on?
So there is one more thing. So all solo DLCs are included as well. So you do get Benedict Arnold's missions, Hidden Secrets, and Tyranny of King Washington.
Nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a lot for $40.
Yeah, it is.
I'm definitely picking this one up. I'm definitely picking this one up. Yeah, that's a lot for $40.
So I do wonder, and let us know down in the comments if you've played the Assassin's Creeds, if you have to play 1 and 2 before you play number 3.
Yeah, that's actually a good question, because we haven't played them. Now, I played a little bit of 1, but I didn't really dive into the series the way I probably should have. So yeah, that's actually a really good question. Yeah,
I think I played a demo of 1, but I'm not sure which one it is at this point, because there's so many of them.
Yeah. And there's been so many on so many different platforms.
Yeah.
So. All right, next up, this is one that we're mildly excited about, and it is Team Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing releases May 21st. Like most of the games on this list, it's $40. And Team Sonic Racing, it seems kind of like Sonic Mario Kart?
Yeah,
a little bit. It's
pretty
just basically
much.
A racing. Yeah, okay, so it's a Sonic racing game. Okay, I thought so. Now, it's been 6 years since the last racing game. Developer Sumo Digital brought out, it was called Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, right?
Yes.
That's a title and a half.
I know, right?
There's no way I'm getting that right.
It's such a long
Somebody
title.
let us know in the comments. I know I did not get that title right. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
That's the title.
Are you sure?
That's
okay.
the title. I had to do some research on this one.
I copy-pasted it, so I was like, that can't be right. That must be a mistranslation. But yeah, Team Sonic Racing. Now, Sonic's been in the news because the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was announced.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you the Sonic in this game looks better than the Sonic in that trailer.
Yes.
Check out our reaction video. It should be up by now, so if you click right there somewhere, our reaction video should be up. Hold on to your, what does Nick Fury say? Hold on to your butts. But back to Team Sonic Racing here. There's all kinds of modes. Now, I will give the game credit because it is a titanic game. It's a lot for $40.
Yeah.
There's challenge modes. There's there's kart customization, just like Mario Kart. But you can customize before the race using unlockable parts, allowing you to tailor your appearance and your performance. It looks like the biggest change is teamwork.
Yes.
Like teams kind of thing?
Yes, definitely. So you do compete in a team of 3 now.
Nice.
So you do have your full team that you have to support each other, which is really cool.
Okay.
So it's not all about just getting in your car, being the fastest, and crossing that finish line.
Like Mario Kart.
Like Mario Kart.
Okay.
So there is more to it on this, which I thought was really cool and a unique way to do it. So there are items in here that you can give each other to your teammates. So there's 14 unique offensive and defensive items that you can use. So you can sabotage the other team as well. The leader of the team will also leave a trail on the track, so your other team members can follow that trail, and it gives them a cool little speed boost.
Nice.
So they can help get caught up.
Okay, so that's kind of the team element.
Yeah.
To it. Nice. Okay.
Which the way that they described it is really cool.
Yeah.
If someone's not really good at the racing games, This will actually give them an advantage, so they actually do get that speed boost, and then the items that they can collect, they can give to other team members to help improve them.
Now, my thing is, if Sonic is as fast as he claims he is, why is he in a cart?
That is a good question.
I want to check on that. I don't know. Is there a version where you can just run? Like, and maybe he's faster out of the cart. Maybe they put him in the cart to slow him down.
Make
so
it
that
more,
he's more competitive.
fair.
Yeah, because otherwise he would just take off.
Yeah.
Like, any other cool features?
So there are 15 playable characters.
Okay.
So one of the bigger things as well on this is that they only limited it to Sonic characters.
Okay.
So no more other Sega characters.
No more.
No more. You want to go ahead?
Rio in a forklift.
Yes. Which Shenmue 3 is coming out soon.
Yeah, you backed it on Kickstarter.
I backed it on Kickstarter forever ago. I know they're taking a while, and take your time, make it great.
Yes.
So I'm excited
Look
for Shenmue
for a
3.
video on that one for sure.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed about the game was, to take it back to Sonic real quick, local, again, couch co-op, which is really cool. So that's one thing that I really like about the Switch is that they are focusing more on getting people to the couch, using the Joy-Cons, getting people engaged in that couch co-op, which a lot of the PS4, the Xbox, they kind of got away from a little bit.
Yeah.
Halo a few years ago, or was it Halo 4 Guardians, I think, totally removed couch co-op.
Yeah.
You literally had, if you wanted to play 2 players, you had to go buy another Xbox with another copy of the game. So it was like one of the most expensive multiplayer games ever.
Yeah.
But I loved that couch co-op.
And you can play online now as well.
Yeah,
Up to 12 players.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I like that too. I like that they give you the option of, hey, if you want to jump online and play with your friends, great. But if you've got a bunch of friends around, like a Mario Party or something like that, let's all play together. That's really cool.
Next up on our list is something near and dear to my heart, is Sword Art Online, SAO.
Nice.
So this is Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition, releasing May 24th. And we don't actually know the price on this one yet. I did some searching and I couldn't find anything.
My guess is $40.
My
guess
is 40.
Games on this list. Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems to be the sweet spot for Switch games.
Yeah. So this one is the 4th entry of the series. It originally launched in Japan on April 25th, so a full month prior to this launch.
Yeah. That's a quick turnaround.
It is a pretty quick turnaround, yeah. For this one in particular, so the original version of this game was originally on the PC and PlayStation, and that was back in 2016.
Nice.
So it has gotten a few upgrades here. So you can still join Kirito, Asuna, Lifa, and more as they jump into a virtual reality MMORPG called Sword Art Origin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do we know if this takes place after the series or before?
So you're jumping ahead of me.
Okay,
here.
all right, fair enough.
Someone's getting a little excited over here. So you will be traveling through the world of Einground.
Einground.
So restoration of Einkrad.
Okay.
With the intention on research and development in the year of 2026. So it is 3 years after the original SAO.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I like it.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting that you do get to basically see Einkrad.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that one. It is a 4-person party, including the player, which you can customize your player, which I'm excited about.
That's pretty cool.
So you can choose the gender, height, figure, weapons, and physical appearance
Oh, wow.
of your character.
Okay.
And then there are 300 NPCs, all which are recruitable.
Holy crap.
So you can add them all to your party. Well, not all of them at the same time, so only 4.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I was surprised by that one.
That's
I was
a
like,
bit.
that's
Now,
pretty cool.
so this is. There's certain games like this where I'm just like, okay, why 300? If you can only add 4 at a time, like, why are there 300?
You
now,
have as many options as you want.
I wonder if you can swap them out though as you're playing. So
yeah,
that's
I'm
something
wondering
I
that
wanna
too.
see. God, it's another game I want to add on
What's
the
interesting?
wish list here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely picking this one up.
Yeah.
So what's interesting about the NPCs is you can create special bonds with them by giving them items.
Okay.
And then in turn, that special bonds also increases the character's strength, your character's strength.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's pretty
cool.
interesting that you do get something back from giving them items. Players can direct and receive guidance from party members to perform strategies, which is actually really cool.
Nice.
So same as like in the anime and whatnot, like they're all forming a group and everything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They're all being a part of a team.
Gosh,
so.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can also perform chain attacks by using the switch system. So you remember that in the anime where they're like, switch.
Wow, could they be any more on the
Nintendo
nose?
Switch. And then also a healing system. So back in Aincrad, you couldn't really do any healing besides crystals.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I'm wondering if it is crystals. All it told me was a healing system allows defeated characters to rejoin the battle as long as teammates are still fighting. So it is also an online multiplayer.
Nice.
It will come with all the DLC previously released, including Abyss of the Shrine Maiden and Warriors of the Sky.
Yeah, so another good example of just, I love these. I know we said it before, but I love these re-releases.
Yeah.
Something I like is I don't mind waiting a little bit longer for a game.
Yes.
And then, like I did with The Witcher 3, I waited for a little bit, and then I got the complete edition and just played it straight through.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. And also, a little tidbit I found interesting is Fatal Bullet will also be releasing later this year, possibly in the summer.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Gun Gale Online.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So that is Sword Art Online.
Are you guys big fans of Sword Art Online? Which one's your favorite?
Sword Art Online, we might have just blown up our comment section. Because Sword Art Online is either... There's nobody that's like... okay, it was okay. Like, people either love that, or they think it's the worst anime ever. And I can't figure out why either way. I'm like the one person that's like, it was all right.
It got a little fan servicey, especially in, what was it, the fairy dance one?
Yeah.
I think that's where I lost you on it.
It was just a weird, like, she says half cousin or something.
We're not getting into that.
That one I kind of tuned out for, but yeah.
But overall, I love the story arc.
Nice.
So.
Okay, so Sword Art Online, May 24th on that one.
May 24th.
And then last up, we have a game that was not on my radar until you put it on my radar, so thank you for that. This one's called Crystal Crisis. Now this Crystal Crisis releases May 28th for $20. So it's one nice little indie price there. Yeah, $20. An all-star... I'm just going to read the description here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. An all-star cast of heroes has gathered to test their mettle in Crystal Crisis, a cute and chaotic new color-matching combat game. Yeah, so I like that kind of stuff.
It looks so cute.
Yeah, it looks adorable.
It does.
Yeah, I love that kind. Now, the one thing that kind of... When you first told me about the game in the pre-show here, I immediately thought Final Fantasy, right? Because you think Crystal Chronicle.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Final Fantasy, even though, of course, you're seeing it on Our Fantasy Life, and Final Fantasy is kind of our thing. No, it doesn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy, so keep that in mind. Going into it, it is a completely different franchise. Now, there's a lot of content here. So, 20 unique playable characters, including Quote and Curly Race from Cave Story, Isaac from The Binding of Isaac, Astro Boy, Blackjack, so many more. It seems like this is almost like that SNK Heroines, where it's like a bunch of different characters from different franchises all coming together. How they got the licensing for all that, I don't know. That's crazy, but good on them. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I like little puzzle games like that. Yeah. And you know what I've noticed is the Switch is becoming a pretty cool platform for those kind of pick up, grab and go puzzle type games, where my phone, like, I don't know, for some, like I was playing Emoji Blitz on my phone and stuff like that. The phone, there's something about the phone, I don't know if it's too small or that it doesn't have a controller attached to it or something like that. We went through this kind of little renaissance of phone games, and now I feel like I'm reaching for my Switch more and more.
I think we just spoiled them.
Maybe it is, yeah.
We're just spoiled.
And I think there is something about spending $20 and getting a full game.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I download a game, and then it wants you to spend $4.99 to get this downloadable loot box.
Well, I think that's where it really gets us, because the games are always free, but then there's always something in the game after you're already addicted to the game. They're like, hey, you need to buy this, and they like shove it in your face. Yeah. Because you're always going to hit that paywall.
Yep. Yeah, always. Inevitably. And I think that's the other thing where, a lot of people were complaining about, $14.99 for these Square Enix games on the iOS store. I don't mind. As long as you're giving me a full experience, I don't mind, $10 to $12 for a full-on game, $20 for a nice puzzle game. As long as it's the full game. There's no DLC and all that kind of nonsense. So, really looking forward to this little indie puzzle game coming out here on May 28th. So those are the Nintendo Switch releases that we are excited about in May here. Normally we'll try to have this video out a little bit beforehand, but we were playing most of April's releases well into May. So
we were.
It took a little time to get caught up there. But what are you guys excited about? Did we miss anything? I know there's a ton of releases each month, but what we try to do is just pick the top 5 to 10 releases that we think are going to be really, really exciting. So if we missed one, let us know down there in the comments. And If this is your first time here, if you liked what you saw, hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Tag that notify button so you know when great release videos like this go live, and then let us know what you think down in the comments. Until next month, or until next video. Hopefully not next month. Watch our next video. Don't wait a month. But until our next video, I have been Damien.
And Tracy.
This has been our fantasy life, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
10 and 10-2 was what, $40?
Yeah.
And it includes 2 full games. I love that kind of stuff.
Was it 50?
Was it 50?
I thought it was 50.
I think we got it for 40.
I think so.
We'll cut this part out of the video. You don't know our secrets.